and I guess the fans basically organized this Fan Fest, but a guy who's been all over this A's situation for the last 3-4 years, man, he's done an unbelievable job. This tireless work covering this team, this organization, John Fisher, Dave Cavill's, Carnival Acts, Casey Pratt, ABC7 sports reporter, good friend of mine, man, good friend of the program, does a terrific job over there at ABC7. But, this guy should win an award for what he's done covering the Oakland A's. Casey, good morning, man. What's happening?
What's up, Bonte? And, man, I've been covering this since birth, and I'm in my 40s, dude. This has gone on way too long. 3-4 years would be wonderful. And before I get off on a tangent, I just want to say my heart and my thoughts are with the Shasties.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, we're still remembering him. It's going to be a tough week for Shasky. Hopefully he's back soon, but definitely our thoughts are with Papa Shasky, of course, who left this earth a little too quick, a little too prematurely here. Casey, man, so first things first, Fan Fest. I had no idea what was going on. I was out at Disney on ice with the kid and trying to get some family time in. So Saturday happens, and was this a fan-organized Fan Fest? Did the Oakland A's just say, the hell with Fan Fest this season? What was that about?
Bonte, believe it or not, this is actually the second time A's fans have had to throw their own fest, if you will. They did it one time at Brooklyn Basin. Last year, the A's just had a Spirit Week. They didn't have a Fan Fest again. And then this year, when they had decided once again not to have a Fan Fest, A's fans organized through their own event, and it was huge. I was the MC of the event. I didn't know how many people were going to show up. I didn't know what to expect. But when I hit the stage and saw a sea of humanity, I was blown away by the response. And it just shows you, I'm sure you saw the selfie I tweeted from the stage. But if you invest in the people invest in you. And this team has never had an owner since the Haas family that truly invested in the team. And that's really the problem we have now.
Casey, when we did the pre and the post game show for the A's, we were invested. We were invested every single time. How you doing, dude? It's good to hear your voice.
FP, man, I love you. I miss you. And yeah, me and FP, if you guys are listening right now, did like 1,000 A's pre and post game shows together. And we had to sometimes go outside the office and just take a little walk to blow off steam afterwards. But it's been a wild ride, FP, as you well know.
It was good training for me early in my career when I had to just spin things on the A's post-game show when they were playing so horribly. But, Casey, I love how passionate you are about this. I follow you on Twitter, and I love what you're doing. But $380 million in public funds they need. There's supposed to be artist renderings. They don't know where they're going to play. Nothing's official. It seems like Vegas doesn't want them because it's going to cost the taxpayers a lot of money. They want schools built instead of a stadium. It's supposed to be where at? What is the site? They're going to
Tropicana.
Yeah, they're going to tear down the Tropicana Hotel and they're going to put up a stadium there. So what's going on? It looks like it's inevitable, but man, what an S show right now.
Yeah, it feels inevitable to me, too, because Major League Baseball is behind this. Like, Vegas power players are behind this. And it seems like they're prepared to sort of carry the A's kicking and screaming across the finish line despite themselves sometimes. I'd still say it's about 75%. I spent some time out there for the Super Bowl. The Vegas insiders out there were all 50-50 on this, which is a lot lower than me. But, if you look at that market, that's a town that can see a scam coming from a mile away. That's how they were built. That's how they thrive and function. And when you see a group come in and say, we want the money up front, and then maybe we'll show you the plans. We want the money right now, and then maybe we'll show you a drawing in the stadium. It sort of tweaks people the wrong way. And the A's have yet to even put out a real stadium rendering. They put out fake ones before they got the money, and then their own architects themselves said, wad those up and throw them in the trash. They're not real. So the people in Vegas are like, what is going on? If these guys aren't going to act like serious people, then we don't want them here. And so walking around Vegas, I wore an Oakland Roots shirt. Like the first day I got there, I wore an Oakland 316 shirt to the media party because I really wanted people to like approach me and talk crap. And no one did. It was like, yeah, we're with you. Keep fighting. The fans out here love you. I was like, oh, okay. That's not what I was expecting. But yeah, that's it.
Casey Pratt, ABC7 here on the Morning Roast on 95.7. The Game's done a great job chronicling this A's situation. So there have been reports of a deal between Oakland where if the A's get to stay through 2027, Oakland would be first in line for an expansion team. How legit is that? Is there any validity to that? How possible is that deal?
Well, the story itself is 100% valid. I was told the exact same thing. But I think there's more to it, Bonte. first of all, like, there's never going to be an expansion team in Oakland. If baseball gets out of Oakland, they ain't coming back unless Joe Lacob puts together like this superstar group of power players that just woos MLB off their feet. I don't see expansion ever happening here once the A's are gone. I think that's first and foremost. But there's a plan. And the plan is to ask for the impossible, because you know the A's can't give you an expansion team, right? You could say you also want the A's name and colors. The A's may not be able to give that up either. So what the mayor's office is doing is actually quite smart, and they're asking for something they know they can't get because they don't want to get to yes. They don't want to grant the A's those years at the Coliseum. The A's don't want to be here. They want to play here because they need to stay on their TV contract, and they need to be in a major league facility as much, as Oakland gets knocked as being a major league facility. It's better than playing in minor league parks. So if they grant the A's that lease expansion, not only do the A's get to keep all their TV deal, they also get bailed out, and it helps them get to Vegas. So the city of Oakland's like, no, we don't want to help you at all. We want you to sell the team to someone like Joe Lacob, and let's keep pro sports here. Any concession is basically killing pro sports in Oakland forever.
Casey, what are the chances, being from Sacramento myself, of the A's landing there? I think that's a baseball town, man. They support the Kings, but when you talk about all the players that have come from that city, all the major leaguers, that's a baseball city. Do you think there's any chance? No, is that bad to ask? This is for me. This is a personal question for me.
I know.
I think it'd be cool if Sacramento had the A's.
So I'm with you, FP. I think it's a great fit for the A's because obviously that's the A's territory. There's a ton of A's fans out there. I love Sacramento fans, but I also see it as hypocritical because for them to bail out this ownership group after everything those people had to go through with the Kings and the Maloofs and saving their team as it was about to get ripped away, it would seem like hypocritical to me. The issue isn't really the fit. I think it's actually the best fit for them if they don't play at the Coliseum, but the problem is it's technically outside their TV deal. And FP, you and I spent many years inside those A's studios at NBC Sports California, and we saw the ratings, man. We saw the ratings, and you know NBC Sports California isn't about to help the A's in any way, shape, or form if they leave their current contract. They're going to get out of that deal so fast your head will spin. They're not paying $70 million a year for those numbers. That is for sure. So that's the problem with SAC. Technically, it would be a breach of contract, and if that's the case, then the A's can't really play there because they need that money.
No, you're so right about those television ratings, man. I saw them from last year, and it wasn't even like it was depressing seeing those numbers that the A's produced. So what happens?
50 and 112.
Right.
No one's going to watch it.
Nobody's going to watch them, but still, when you get the ownership group and you look at the crowds, so what happens now? Baseball's going to start here. We're going to play at the Coliseum. This is going to be a repeat from last season, Casey? In terms of like fan attendance and parking and all that stuff, strikes and protests, we're going to see the same damn thing we saw in 2023?
Yeah, I mean, the A's their lease goes through this season. This could be the last season they play in Oakland if they don't extend that lease. And yeah, opening night is already a huge boycott protest is planned. And, in the past they were trying to be respectful and show like MLB that they can support a team. So they had reverse boycotts where they pack the stadium. And then Rob Manfred said, oh, yeah, that's just an average crowd. And so clearly it didn't work. So now the protests are like full-on boycotts, not reverse boycotts, like don't go inside the stadium boycotts. So that's what they're planning on opening day. They want everybody to come, have a massive tailgate party out in the parking lot, but don't go in the Coliseum. We'll see if they pull that off. But every time these fan groups have come together, it's gone gangbusters, like both the reverse boycotts, the Unite the Bay thing at the Giants Park. And then this Fans Fest, man, like I don't think there was an official count, but I'm telling you, there's well over 10,000 people there for this fan-organized event. And, I mean, there were fans as far as the eye could see. And what I posted was the outdoor stage. There was also an indoor stage and a full-packed venue inside. Wow. So it was nuts, man. They go off every time.
Look, I was kind of out of the loop with the Warrior stuff going on and, trying to spend a day with the family. Saturday, Dizzy on Ice, by the way, in Conto and Frozen, man, those are my ones, Casey. Dizzy with Dad. Listen, watching this I'm seeing the photos from FanFest. I'm looking at their Instagram page right now. Follow Casey Pratt, ABC7 on Instagram. It looks fascinating. Kudos to A's fans. Now, with that said, what's left with Dave Cavill, John Fisher? I mean, we're going to ever hear from these guys? What's going on with these two? Because those are the culprits here where they promised a lot. Well, Dave Cavill did promise a lot of things of, the whole rooted in Oakland, dump your Giants hat for an A's hat. Where have they been at in the last couple months here? What's the latest on those two guys?
Man, Bonte, Dave Cavill's kind of gone into isolation like Elsa in Frozen.
I like
before
that.
she comes back
Well
out and
played.
emerges. But
Let's
you
go.
know, by the way, dude, I got 2 young daughters, and Encanto and Frozen are on like constant loop at our house.
Oh,
So I could probably sing every song
hey,
with you, dude. We'll do that.
We
off the
don't
air,
talk about Brew. No.
They don't miss, and dude, both those movies, they don't miss. They do not miss. But yeah, Dave is not granting many interviews these days. He's been around Mesa, Arizona. I'm not going to bother to come out there because, to be honest, man, the story isn't the team anymore. The story is the situation and where they end up playing, and the future of the entire franchise in Oakland sports is in the balance. So, you know, a 50-win A's team doesn't really concern me that much. But, they've all gone silent, man, and that's the problem. You can't ask for public money in Oakland and then ask for public money in Las Vegas without public discourse. You can't say, I want your money, but I'm not going to tell you my plan, right? Like, if you're some big, giant billionaire developer and you want to come in and build something with your own freaking money, then you don't have to tell us crap. But when you're asking for other people's money, you need to tell them the plan, and that's the problem with the A's. They don't tell you anything. I'm in constant contact with them trying to get John Fisher on camera. Hopefully it happens someday. But, you can't ask for public funds without public discourse, you guys.
Embarrassing, FP. Embarrassing. Destroying a historic franchise, man. It's just unbelievable what's going on over there. Casey, thanks so much for the time, man. You're good at what you do, man. You've done a great job chronicling this, and, of course, you guys do a great job over there at ABC7 covering all sports there. Casey, thanks so much for spending some time with us. And you know all about FP has no idea how much money we lose at Disney on Ice. It is an expensive ticket, an expensive day.
There is no price for the happiness of your children.
There you go.
Bro, I work for Disney. Disney owns ABC, and sometimes I get free tickets to Disney on Ice, and I still leave with my pockets empty because they find every way to get you, dude. They're so good at it.
You shouldn't tell me that. I'll slide into DMs for free tickets. Hopefully I can save about $40. Casey, good stuff, man.
See you, Case.
Later, guys.
Anytime, man. Casey Pratt, man.
Good dude.
Well, he's a great guy,
Solid, dude.
man. He's solid,
run for
man.
mayor of Oakland.
Dude, he's so solid. Him and Chris Alvarez over there at ABC7 alongside Larry Bill. Those guys are tripped up, too. You talk about outfits and